Welcome to the Miracles and Wellness Podcast. My name is Clarissa and I'm your life and wellness coach and also a beauty expert. I am so happy and grateful that you are here. We'll be discussing all things health and wellness, feeling empowered, and loving yourself more while connecting your mind, body, and spirit. Always know that you can manifest whatever you desire for your greater well-being in your life because I believe that miracles are for everyone. Hey there, friends. Hope you're having a great day. So today we're going to talk about some more of the amazing benefits of eating plant-based. And one of the things is that we know that it can help with, chronic disease and like health conditions, okay? There's been tons of reviews and tons of research. And so there is definitely the evidence out there. So that's just another reason for us to fill our plates up with more whole food, just that natural goodness. It has so many benefits, right? And a lot of times it's not even like a specific condition. It could be multiple things. So even if we talk about, say, cancer, right? There's been long reviews on how diet, your nutritional intake, physical activity, even cancer prevention and the survival, it is just so much better when you are eating more plant-based, right? So making whole grains and like your vegetables and your fruits, your legumes, a major part of your diet. Like they even say that they want you to be more plant-based, right? So there's so many options to reduce your risk, right? To protect against certain cancers. And also that correlates to your weight gain. So if you have excess weight, that goes back to it as well. Being overweight or obese will also give you a higher risk. And it's linked to 13 types of cancer, right? And these cancers will make up 40% of all the cancers diagnosed in the United States each year. That's a lot. It can cause changes in our body that's going to help lead to cancer, okay? And these changes are going to have long-lasting inflammation and higher than normal levels of insulin. So it's going to increase our risk. So that's another reason. So it like correlates back and forth. So everything we do, like as intricate as our body is, right? Everything is connected. Look, there's evidence that most diets that protect against cancer are going to be rich in plant foods. I cannot even say this enough. Like all that fiber in there is just good for us. I mean, plant foods will give you the macronutrients that you need and the micronutrients. It's so complete. It's so good. Just like with anything we eat, you want a variety. I mean, you wouldn't just want to eat the same piece of animal product all the time, right? So we want to have the variety of it and get that fiber in there, which is going to be unprocessed, right? It's going to give us foods that's rich in nutrients, that dietary fiber. It's also going to be lower in fat. That's why we want the whole foods. Because you still can get anything processed. So just because you are on a, quote, plant-based diet or a vegan diet, you still going to have food that's high in fat. So that's why we always want to emphasize the whole food plant-based, right? And staying away from the refined sugar, which could be like white bread, pasta. And look, there's so many kinds of pastas now. You can go down the aisle and there's like everything down there. There's lentil pasta, there's chickpea pasta, cassava pasta, you name it, they have one for you. Because we know people like pasta, right? There's veggie pasta. And then some of them will still be mixed with like some white flour per se. So you just read the labels. We always want to read our labels and figure out what it is, right? Or just limit that. That could be your side dish. So instead of having the huge plate of pasta with a side salad, flip that and have a big, beautiful salad with loads of vegetables, some fruits, seeds. I mean, you can go to town and just put just about anything in a salad. Grab a bowl and just put all kinds of yummy goodness. Just fill your bowl up with a rainbow, right? You know what they say, eat the rainbow? When you do that, you're having so much variety on your plate and it's just feeding your body with all that nutrients, and your mind, your body, your soul is all going to just love it. Love it, right? Just go in there. Just go into the store or a market or wherever it is that you're getting your food from and just try something different also. Just pick up a variety of things. Like the next time you go into wherever you're getting your groceries at, Just pick up something different that you've never tried. Be like something, sometimes there's something that you've always wanted to get, but you just like, I don't know how to cook it. Try that. I mean, there's so many recipes out there, and who doesn't love recipes, right? Just go and just experiment. Just have fun in the kitchen, okay? Just do that, right? So basically, so reducing that refined sugar, that can be like a sticky point for people sometimes. So if you have a big plate of pasta and a little side salad, no, let's flip that, all right? So even some causes of cancers might be environmental factors, like our lifestyle, also behaviors and genetics. And honestly, like, it's a small percentage of people that wind up getting cancer come from our genes. It's like 5 to 10% that might come from our parents. That's a little number. So when you think about everything else, it's our lifestyle, things that we're doing, right? So just being aware of that, right? Just always just being so mindful of everything that we do from day to day, right? So just being aware of those behaviors or exposures. So like I say sometimes, it runs in the family, but not all the time. Sometimes is that you have the same behaviors and patterns, like tobacco. Tobacco is definitely a risk factor, right? So if multiple people smoke in your family, say, and a bunch of you come up with lung cancer, it's not necessarily that lung cancer technically runs in the family. It's that maybe that a lot of you have the same behaviors and patterns that you're mimicking of each other, that you're learning from each other. You, for one, can be the change in your family, okay? I know I got to throw that in there because I feel so strongly about it, right? It's like these generational curses that we are taught and learn from person to person, generation to generation. Whatever happened in the past, we could leave it there and we can be the change, right? So just because you are sitting here and listening to this, we all know people with cancer, right? And some things are preventable, right? So doing the necessary actions to take that so you can be like, hey, I'm not going to be the one to smoke in my family. And sometimes it starts really young, everything starts young. Even with our children, they see these things, they hear these things, and they're learning, always learning. Even as adults, we are always learning and taking in things, right? Even listening to these podcasts all the time, you're taking in so much information, right? So what we're going to do is be that change, right? So we don't have to follow. We can be the leader and lead our next generation down a different path so they can improve their health and everything that there is out there. And by learning more and more each day and being the change, hopefully we can decrease this number, right? If 42% of cancer cases are lifestyle, 45% of cancer deaths are from lifestyle. That means it can be prevented, all right? Just look at those numbers, right? Look how big they are. But we are going to change this, right? You listening to this, you have so much power within you. You need to know this, right? And if you're waking up one day and you're just feeling off, to ask God to give you that strength to do whatever you need to do to make those necessary changes in your life, right? Having a community, having accountability are so important, and also incorporating God into that. Because sometimes that's that missing piece, right? Won't he do it? But that also doesn't mean just talking to him and sitting back and not taking action. At the end of the day, you always have to put one foot in front of the other and get up and get going. All right, let's go. You can't just talk to him and expect a miracle to happen if you're not going to do anything. You want to see those miracles? You need to be open to do whatever you're being guided to do. Look, 1 in 6 cases are going to be related to excess body weight, right? This is something a lot of times we can take care of, right? Moving our body, right? Just getting out there and being active, reducing the alcohol consumption, and what we put in our body, the food we put in our body, all of this stuff we have control over, right? So even all kinds of alcohol, that even includes the wine. I know. So very much in moderation, okay? Because that will over time increase your risk as well, okay? And it can lead to tumor growth. Red meat and processed foods. I mean, it's amazing how much power we have over ourselves with what we consume, Okay, so the red meats, the processed foods, once again. I mean, when you think about things, when you compare the benefits, when you're at eating plants in its whole food form, it always comes out on top. Always. The red meat and processed foods are also considered carcinogens, which gives you the capacity to cause cancer. So when we think about it, whatever disease we are talking about, a lot of times it is going to be linked more to these animal products. So as much as we can get on our plate, the better, right? See, that's saying it right there. So why would we want to consume these foods when it's going to harm us? When what we want to do is take care of ourselves, right? All a form of self-care. I mean, self-care is so vast and it's so different for everybody. But this right here, your health should be number one, okay? You hear me? And it can affect our gut, our microbes. We hear so much about the microbiome. I mean, everything, all right? It's going to increase the inflammation, damage your cells, and also sugar, right? I know sometimes sweet tooths are a thing for people and it can be kind of hard, because sometimes we are rewarding ourselves with sweets. I mean, you think about it, it's in your face all the time, even on TV commercials. I mean, you might see somebody there in a commercial where they're like sad and then they're eating ice cream. It's like they're putting it in your mind, right? They're putting it into your psyche. And so I like to, when I work with people, I try to get them to opt out for fruit, right? Some wonderful organic fresh fruit, or you can also have some fruit in your freezer. I mean, you can even make like your own sorbets with like some almond milk and puree it up with some fresh fruit, stick in the freezer, some things like that. Yummy. There's so many ways. And once you get used to eating fruit, it's actually really sweet, right? Sometimes if you're used to eating a ton of sweets, pastry products, that's like super sweet, right? But fruit is still sweet in its own. So even if you take it upon yourself to negate and just not eat all of the candy, the cakes and the cookies and all the things, then give yourself time to reacclimate your palate. When you eat that fruit, it's going to taste so delicious, right? And it's also going to give you fiber and all the good things that we need in our body. And it's good for you. I mean, fruit is so good. Sometimes fruit gets a bad name, but it is very beneficial for you to have it in your body and to consume it. It has lots of nutrients in it as well. And then just consuming a lot of refined sugar, it will increase your weight, right? And then, that's just making it harder for your body to work, right? The more weight we have on, it is just making it harder for our heart to work, harder for our body. There's all this increased inflammation. So we want to kind of try to tone that down some, right? And just eating this plant-based way will just naturally help you lose weight, right? That's one of the many benefits of it, on top of helping us with our health conditions, right? So eating that whole food plant-based, the fruit, the vegetables, these whole grains, these legumes, right? It's going to be high in the fiber content, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, which we definitely want, right? We want to incorporate foods that are anti-inflammatory to help us fight off everything. Even having some tea, some green tea is good, Just, try to eat a variety of foods. And once it's so much easier when you think about it, eating a variety. Then it will take some of the overwhelm off of you trying to figure out what to eat sometimes, all right? So just allowing yourself that variety and thinking outside of the box, okay? We want to activate our body to heal, give ourselves that permission to heal, right? And then along with that, just changing your thoughts. I mean, I know sometimes whenever we're going through something, we can feel bummed out, but just trying your best to rearrange your thoughts, choosing a next best thought to be positive about the situation. Just find something to be grateful for. Even if you feel ill, you still woke up today. You are still listening to this. Somebody's talking to you. Somebody might be checking on you. Take all the little gifts that you see and appreciate all of them. Gratitude will take you so much farther, right? And ask God to lead you to whatever resources that you need, and He will guide you there. Just be open to receive whatever it is. And if you are on some kind of medication and you are going to do plant-based diet, talk to your doctor and tell them. Let them know what you're going on, just in case they need to modify your medication. And depending on what's going on with you inside of your body, they might take you off. And everybody is different, right? Sometimes things go hand in hand. So just being open and communicating with them, right? And amazingly, more people now, as they're going into medicine, they're learning more about plant-based foods. They're learning more about nutrition. So sometimes, it's not their fault. And they are taught to prescribe medicine a lot of times. So it is what it is. But people are more open to learning now. There's so many amazing doctors out there that are into nutrition, and they're just opening up functional medicine. I mean, it's just beautiful to watch, right? And then there are some schools where they're making it a part of their program. So just be open to them. Always have an open line of communication with anybody that's in your circle that is helping you, all right? Being aware of everything, just being open, then they can adjust things as they need to be adjusted, looking at your numbers, right? And just having that belief in yourself, right? Then you will have a testimony there, baby. And then you will see your miracles. They will come. Believe that your miracle is coming and it will come to you. So I hope this benefited you in some way, and share this podcast episode with anybody that would benefit from it, because the more people where we get the message out there, the more healing we can do. All right, my loves. And please leave a written review so that I know that you're receiving this message, and just always communicate and let me know what you'd like to know more of and ask any questions. All right. And also, if you're ready to kickstart a plant-based lifestyle, there is a free guide at bit.ly/kickstartplants. And the link is also in the show notes. You can just click on it and go ahead and download that. It's a 7-day challenge just to give you, get you going, right? All right. So until next time.
If you like my mommy show, leave a review. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for coming by. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a written review. Until next time, love and light.